Hello. Hello.
I hear he's looking different today. I got a little lazy. Scrunchy. There's T. Jaden.
T. Jaden.
T. Jaden.
T. Jaden in the house.
Hi, T. Jaden.
Bo says hi.
Bo says hi. No, you hear Bo. Always loving on Wade. Always. He will not leave Wade's side. It's going to be annoying tonight. There's Pam. Pam Donnelly. She's on here. Tracy Perry. Yes.
Tracy Perry.
Here's our crazy dog. Look at, he wants to hold hands with Wade. Wade, quit petting him for a minute. See what he does. See? Hugs. He's got to have hugs. It's just, that's how he is. Him and Wade are tight. Okay, bud. Time to go away.
All right, we gotta go.
Gotta go. Hug daddy later. All right. He literally will hug him, and he gets so jealous. If Wade comes in the kitchen and hugs me or something. Oh, we got Marty Perry on here too.
Marty! Somebody call the cops.
They are down for the challenge, man. They are plotting and scheming.
They are
and
scheming.
Planning.
Uh-huh.
All this stuff. Oh, our Pam, she's down for the challenge. She's like, you know what? I'm bringing it. So she's already discussing and planning and plotting. That's what I'm talking about. So it's to Jaden, babe. Virginia.
Jaden.
Virginia's doing the same thing. Awesome.
Well, you know what? You got to be in it to win it.
That's
you
right.
You got to be 100%.
No playing around, man.
No playing around.
No playing around. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about tonight. So I don't know how big our group is going to be tonight, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to preach it like everybody's here, right? So we're going to talk about it. We want to talk about change and how to make permanent change, okay? Because a lot of times and this is going to be a discussion, so I'm going to want your input. And if people arrive, we'll let them in as they show up. But we're going to go ahead and get started. How to make a really strong change in our life. You know, things don't buy us happiness. They really don't. They can be short-term happiness, like the time you get a new car. You know, when you first get it, man, you are shining it up. It don't have a spot on it. It's just like our neighbor's truck. He was out there middle of the day washing it. He was out there in the same evening washing it. And I'm like, he just washed it this afternoon.
He was washing it every day.
And now, no, he ain't washing it at all. I'm like, okay, well, I figured that would happen. It's funny because when he started, I was like, wait, this ain't gonna last 2 weeks. It didn't, did it? He was scrubbing it. He even had a chamois out there drying it off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. So, you know, things really don't buy us happiness. We think they do it, and if they do buy us happiness, it's very short-term happiness. There is one thing that makes us happy. You know what that is? It's progress. Hi, Mira. Progress
Hello.
is what makes us happy. You know, so if we're at a standstill in an area of our life, even if it's our relationship with our boyfriend, our husband, whoever that might be, and it's just kind of, yeah, you know, not exciting and just kind of here, you know, and it's just kind of, you do life and it's not progressing, then it's time to do something. You know, it's time to shake it up, bring some excitement back into that relationship, because we have to always be progressing. And you know, we as creatures, we love to have things that surprise us, that are good, you know, and to live this life of excitement. And so we got to bring stuff into our lives that are like that. We have to make forward progress, or we're just kind of, nah. You know, you ever get tired of just being the same? Most of us are. And so when people come on programs like this, and think about the beginning of the year, they're like, I am so excited. I am so excited to do this. And I'm going to really see, I need a lot of change in my life. But here's the thing, change happens without us. Change is going to happen without you. It does. No matter what happens, if you're alive, you age. things change, people die, relationships come, and relationships go. Children grow up and leave home. Change happens without us. So it's not really a change that we need. I guess it kind of is, but really what we need in our lives when we come on a program or make a New Year's resolution is we really need progress. That's what we need. We need to change what we're doing so we can actually have forward motion towards something that we desire, have progress. Would you take him in the other room? Because he's going to throw me off a little bit, if you don't care.
You gotta focus, babe.
I got to focus. I'm trying to focus. So here's what a resolution means. Whenever people say, I made a New Year's resolution, or I told my husband, I'm going to have some change, so I'm coming on your program. I made a New Year's resolution. What they really mean is, most of the time, is I hope it happens. And I'm going to put a little bit of effort into it and hope it happens. Okay. That's what people usually mean. But resolution means to resolve something. It's resolved. It means you say you're going to take the island and you burn the boats. So there's no other way to do it. A resolve means I leave myself no other way out rather than to succeed. That's what a resolution really means, but we take it as, well, you know, I got to have a resolution and I got to, and it's, you know, this is going to be a new change to my year. When normally by week 2 of February, statistics say that about 90% of the people who made those resolutions by week 2 of February, February 14th, by Valentine's Day, they give up on it. So that's not a resolution. That's not a resolve. Okay, I got myself some notes here. So we want lasting change. So how are we going to have lasting change, guys? We got to have something that compels us. You know, you can only push yourself for so long. I can make myself do a diet I absolutely really don't like. For a short period of time, I can push myself, right? I can do a workout that I absolutely am not really into. I'll do it for a short period of time and push myself, right? But what we need for lasting change is not something that we have to push ourselves to do. That's not going to work. It's only going to work short term. And what happens with those kind of lifestyle changes is that eventually we just give up and quit. We get frustrated with it. Instead, what we need is something compelling that we don't have to push ourselves to do, but something that pulls us. Have you ever had something just pull you? It's like a vision. It pulls you. I'm going to tell you, when I was a kid, when I grew up, I wanted to be a singer. I dreamed about it. I dreamed about singing. I remember singing on my bed with a hairbrush, and I practiced it all the time. I was singing all the time. Since I was a little tiny baby, my mom said before I started talking, I would try to sing. And I was doing that before my first word. But see, my mom sang and my grandma sang, and I heard music and I just loved it. And so that wasn't something I just decided to do. That was something that pulled me. I wanted to do it. And when I grew up, I took up the piano on my own. I started writing music on my own. I tried to take piano lessons. It didn't work. I made my aunt so mad at me. I hated reading notes, and I just learned to play by ear. And I'm not a great player by any means, but I play well enough to write. And I learned to sing the notes, the riffs, the things that white girls shouldn't do, because I was a rebel. I wanted to sing like a black girl. I wanted all the notes to run and to do all the cool things that was not typical of people, you know, especially from my lifestyle, from my place. I grew up in the country. I wanted to do things that boys did. And I was always this kind of rebel and pushed outside the girl box, you know? And so, but those things, they drew me. They were like a passion. So when you talk about diet, now that seems a whole different story, right? Diet, how can it pull you? How can it drive you? Sounds odd to say that, doesn't it? But there's a reason why you came on here. There's a reason. You know, if you say, I need to lose 10 pounds, it's not real compelling, is it? It's like, I need to lose 10 pounds. God, I need to lose 10 pounds. Does it drive you? Does it pull you? No, it doesn't. You have to push yourself to do it until you're just tired of pushing, right? You have to have a deep enough reason. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to look, hold on just one second. Let me mute these. I love the bird sounds though. Hold on just a second. All right. What I want you to do is look inside yourself and say, why did I come on here? Why did I join the Bod Garage? Why did I decide to do this? Because if it was just to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, you're not going to last. I'm going to tell you, you're not. You have to look inside yourself and find your deeper why. You know, why did you do this? I'm going to tell you what. I needed to lose weight from the age of 45, and I did it a little bit on and off. I'd go until I couldn't push anymore, and I was done. But one day when I was 50, I was sitting on the bed next to my ex-husband. And I know some of you've heard this story maybe 15 times. And he was playing video games and watching TV. He'd eat his dinner in there. And I'd go in there and sit beside him, married almost 31 years. And I remember I started drinking every night. I would drink myself, this is a choice of mine. I would drink myself to sleep, basically pass out in the same clothes I wore all day long. And I was just, that was my thing, and became my life. And I decided one day, it went through, I'll never forget it. It went through my mind, and I thought, you can do this, live this life right here, this existence from a nursing home, and you're 50 years old. That's the day I decided I was done. I was going to change my life. But see, my reason was deep. I chose that day to either stay in a place where I didn't belong, with a relationship that was not working and could not be fixed for 31 years. And I had a career that was failing, that I used to love, that I no longer loved. And I was failing in my weight. I was failing in my confidence for myself. I had broke promises I was made to myself. I just felt like every area of my life I was failing. So when I made that decision, I meant it. I said, either I'm going to stay here and I'm going to keep this existence up, or I'm going to get up off my butt and I'm going to change some stuff, because I've had enough. I'd had enough, because that day I decided to change my life. And that reason was so deep that it pulled me. I felt dead in so many areas of my life that reason pulled me up. And when I wanted to quit and go eat the ice cream instead of doing what I knew I should have did, man, I wasn't going to touch it. You know what? When I thought about having a new relationship with my husband and wanting to feel sexy again, that drove me too. That drove me. It was a passion of mine. I wanted to be my best for the man that I loved. I had never fell in love. I got married when I was young because I got pregnant. I didn't get married because the man swept me off my feet. I didn't know what that was. And when I got in this relationship, it was the first time I ever experienced love like that. And I wanted to give my best me to him. That was another reason that pulled me to be my best. You guys pull me. I love you guys, but if I'm not a good example and don't live it, I don't need to be at the head of this business. You guys pull me to be my best. I want to prove to you that you can do it. I want to show you that you can be consistent and keep it once you get it. You guys pull me. I want to inspire you to know that if I could do this with all of my imperfections and my flaws, you can too. But see, now you have got to find your reason why. And you're going to have to go deep on it, because you really didn't come here just to lose 10 pounds, or you wouldn't be spending $387 at bare minimum. Okay? There is a deeper reason, and I want you to find what that is. And it's a reason for progress, and I want you to find it. And for everybody, it might be a little different. And when you do find it, I want it to pull you up. I want it to be a vision of yourself succeeding. Maybe that's, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's, I shared this with a lady today, and this is being very vulnerable. You guys know I am very vulnerable with you guys. Okay. Maybe that is this. Here's one of my reasons: being able to leave the lights on when I'm naked and not go run and hide, and to be afraid of intimate time with my husband because I'm still this way, not confident naked, not at all. But I didn't want that shame on me anymore. I wanted to be confident, the best me I can be for the best man I've ever met. I wanted to give my best. He deserves my best. He's an amazing man. And I wanted to give him my best. I'd already been through all the giving somebody my not so best and them not giving me their best, and it wasn't good. I didn't want that anymore. So I want you to find that why for yourself, and I want you to make it your vision. And you know what? It might make you cry. It might make you mad. I hope it does. I hope it makes you mad enough to get up and fight for yourself. I hope it makes you cry deep enough and hurt your heart enough to say, I'm done fooling around. Because here's the thing, I talk to women all the time, and it's, I really want this, but why do I keep sabotaging myself? See, we talk about motivation, and I'm going to stop right here, and we're going to talk. I want you guys to speak up, say whatever you have to say. Share your wisdom, your knowledge, your hurts, your trials, your triumphs. I don't care what you got to say. But we talk about motivation all the time. And I'm just, Allie, how are you so motivated? Well, we're all motivated. Some of us are motivated to go to the kitchen and eat half a gallon of ice cream. Some of us are motivated to not eat but one meal a day. See, motivation, people come on here and say, man, I'm really motivated. Well, motivation is a bitch. Because just when you need her most, she will stab you in the back and leave you. Motivation isn't going to last. Motivation never lasts. But we have to find out what our real motives are. Why did we really come on here? Why do we really sabotage ourselves? What is it inside of us that says we don't have to keep a promise to ourselves? We're not important. What is it inside of us that says we don't deserve success? What is that thing? Why do we give up on ourselves so easy? So I want you to find your motives, and I want you to find your vision and your why, and I want you to go deep on it. And you know what? This is such a good exercise that it isn't just about losing weight. It will change your life. And see, when people ask me, Allie, how did you change your body? They see the outside. But you know what really happened? Change right here, the inside. The inside changed. So if you want to know how to win and make it a lifestyle, you can change the body, but if you don't change this, your body will go right back where your mind is, because you haven't changed your mind. But when you change your mind, you renew your mind, you start thinking differently, you start believing in yourself. You know why this is important to you. You know why the changes in your life that you have to make are important for you, and you go deep on them, and you put in the homework, and you think about why you keep giving up on yourself and those types of things. It'll change your life. Get up and do something about it. Get up and make a change. Here's what drove me when I thought about that day. I said, you can do this from a nursing home. The second thought I had was this. I thought about myself in that nursing home. It was almost like a vision. I could see myself, and I was dying, and I was laying on my deathbed, and I thought all the regrets I would have if I did not get up and fight for myself that day. all the regrets I would have at the time of my death that I did not get up and change my life. And I decided to fight. For me, it was sink or swim because I left everything. My job, my husband, my belongings, no car, nothing. I had nothing but some clothes, a few clothes. I borrowed my son's work car. It was about a little $1,500 car, a Chevy Cavalier, a little white Chevy Cavalier, 2-door. And I drove it and got my little $11.25 hour job at Kroger, and fell in love with the man of my dreams and lived in a 700 square foot house, 800 square foot house, something like that we still live in, and changed my life. It's been the best years of my life, but it required me changing. It wasn't easy. It was hard. But I had a vision and I ran with it. And every day it pulls me. It's a passion. It's my passion. So I'm going to leave the floor open. I know some of you have some stuff to say, share, whatever. I want to hear from you. We all want to hear from you. Okay.
I'm waiting, Allie. I don't want to be the first to jump in.
Go for it, woman.
Well, I wanted to thank you for sharing, and I'm sure that I'm not the only person who can relate to what you shared. So thank you, and I think it's heartfelt, and I think that wow, where do I? It's so good, and I have parallels not just to the to the scenario, but also to the how, the experience of making change, and I think from time to time I'm grateful to be in such a far better position in my life now, and to not be not be in that really bad low spot where I felt like I had to make dramatic life changes, but I have been there. And so now I find myself having to go, well, wait a second, and challenge myself, because as I look back, what I find is that I have a tendency to only prioritize myself when it really is push come to shove, when it's so bad that I feel like I have no choice and I've got to do it. And I had that kind of reacquainting myself with that recently when you and I spoke, and I was like, wait a second, I just had that step back and look at it, and I'm like, I'm doing things again that got me once upon my life into a really unhappy is too good a word. Miserable is actually it. I've made decisions in the past that put myself in a miserable, low place in my life. And what I saw was that I was making decisions like that again. I mean, I am kind of that example, like you were saying, like you can't join just to lose size. I joined to lose 10 pounds. That's not, it's not enough. And the reason is because if it was just, it would just be a lot easier if it was that. It's more than just losing the 10 pounds. I had to realize that I was so putting everybody else and everything else ahead of myself that the 10 pounds was never coming first. I was never coming first. The gym, whatever I had to put down in order to go do what I needed to do for myself, was never making it to the front. And you said to me, you don't have to work out. You don't have to do it. And I was like, so I think connecting the dots on those two things was looking at it and going, if I continue to do this, I'm going to make myself miserable again. I'm going to continue to, because it's not just about it's not just about making time for the gym. It's whatever lights me up, whatever gives me joy in this life. If I'm not able to prioritize myself and make that a priority just because it makes me happy, just because I feel good, where am I going to land in time?
Mhm.
So anyway, just a little bit of perspective about that. So I hope that I've learned a little bit of something maybe between life experience and having good support and good conversations here, and being surrounded with people who are um, mindful of that, like you are, that I'm not willing to drive the ship into the freaking ground before I make it right. That I'm just so since we spoke, I just reignited which has not been there. It has not been there, but I reignited my desire to get my ass in the gym, because it's not about working out. It's frankly, it's about how I feel afterwards. That's what I'm after. I'm after that feeling. That's what I want. I know I want to feel strong. I know I want to feel good. I know I want to feel alive. And when I think about that, when I think about what kind of life do I want, I want to feel um, energetic and vibrant. I want to have energy to do the things I want to do in life, whatever that is. And I feel that way when I work out and when I eat right. And all of a sudden, you know, getting my workouts in feels easy, and getting my macros on point. Well, that's been easier, but it just, I don't know, it just feels like it's clicking. So I hope that jives. I hope it makes sense.
Yes, awesome. So good. Thank you so much for sharing. I love that.
Thank you.
You're always very open and honest, and I really appreciate that. One thing I want to say, and if you want to speak, I want to give you right after this. When Roxanne said she decided to basically make herself a priority because she hadn't in so long, I'm going to tell you how that makes most of us feel. And I don't know if Roxanne probably felt the same way as most women that I've talked to about it. We almost feel like that is just selfish. Like, we aren't supposed to do that. We're supposed to put everybody else first. And that's how I always thought. How selfish. Like, how selfish is that? I think totally opposite now, because my mind has changed, because I want to give my best me to my grandkids. I want to be able to run around with them and play. I want to give my best me to my husband. I want to live. And like Roxanne said, I want to be vibrant. I don't want them to have to see me, not everything is in our control, but a lot of it is. And I am not going to just throw up my hands and say, I'm just going to sit here and not do anything about it and just let it be. Whatever happens, happens. I want to live my best life. I want to, on my deathbed, look back and go, you know what? It wasn't easy, but damn, it was worth it. I showed my kids how to live. I showed my kids how to have passion. I showed my kids how to love themselves. Man, what would we do if we looked down at our kids and they treated themselves like we treat ourselves? We don't want that, but yet we're showing them that. They don't do what we say, they do what we do. Show them how to do it right. We want them healthy. They want us the same.
You hear this saying all the time. I would die for my children. Your children don't want you to die. Your children want you to live, and they want you to live a very long time. So it's our responsibility to put ourselves in the best possible position we can put ourselves in, so we can fulfill those dreams of our children and our grandkids of wanting you there. They need you there, not for a short period of time, but for a very long time, as long as, as long as the good Lord lets us stay, I feel like we have an obligation to ourselves to put ourselves as a priority, if only for a temporary time, to get us where we are in good health, in a good place, better than we've ever been before in our life. Your kids don't want you to die for them. Your grandkids don't want you to die for them. They want you to live.
All right, guys, we got just a minute or so. Who wants to say something before we go? Okay, so homework tonight. Maybe not tonight, but tonight would be a good time because we've just talked about it. And if you wait till another day, it may not happen. I want you to start thinking about why you're doing this, what it means to you. And it's not just to lose 10 pounds. What is it really? What do you need to accomplish? And the 10 pounds or the 20 pounds or the 30 pounds or the 40 pounds is really a byproduct of it. You've got to have your vision that compels you, that pulls you. Find what it is and let it change your life. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful night. We are out of here.
Guys, September 1st will be here before you know it.
Yes.
It's in a blink of an eye, guys. You know how fast time goes by. It's 29 days away, right? Is it 29 days?
So, yeah.
30 days away? How many days in August?
29.
I
There's
mean,
30.
There's 30 days.
August 30. Right?
Just like that,
I
man.
can't look at
I
my
mean,
phone.
it's lightning fast.
28 days.
It will be here before you know it. So get on point.
Yes. Get your coaching calls made. Maybe your calories need change. Maybe your workout needs change. Maybe something else needs change. Maybe we need to help you set up a diet. You need to bring up your workout game, whatever it is. We've got to get you ready to go on 9/1 where you are kicking on all cylinders. All right, guys? So make your coaching call. These coaching calls are about strategic, making everything, planning everything out so you can strategically bring your best game. All right? We love you guys. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.